Hey guys, what's up? It's Rav. This is the fourth time I've tried to make this video, so let's make it happen. This is my dog Bandit. If you hear background noise, it's because he's chewing on his toy. He's a very good boy, but he is very loud as well. Alright, so getting into it, obviously if you read the title, we're running Forcebound today. Let me put my UI back up here. So this is going to be a 4-piece set bonus, right? So enemies affected by our intimidating roar, we're just going to call it awe for this video. It's so much easier to say. Have their force and tech reduced by 70% for 6 seconds after intimidating roar wears off. So what this means is you can pretty much shut down PTs, which are very popular right now, operatives, always popular, and Sorcs, popular once again, with your awe. So, and in ranked, you're gonna be dropping it all on tank and healer, so it is what it is. But if you're just using this in regs, drop it on those 3 classes that are DPSing. Don't drop it on just some rando healer you're hoping to reduce their DPS, because it's not gonna do anything. Wow. But yeah, sometimes I will break it in regs just so the effect takes effect faster. But honestly, don't do it. Because if they sit through it, if they have discipline, they're like, oh, I'm gonna sit through this awe. It's just gonna, have them out of the fight longer. So it's whatever. So obviously it's a 4-piece set bonus, as you can see. So that means we're also going to have, just 3 other pieces just left out. So what I do, I have 1 piece of Amplified Champion that I have on all my tunes for Legacy. Then I have 2 pieces of Descent of the Fearless, which is the other, Jug/Mara gear that you can use. I have that for the 2% mastery thing. Amplifiers, you want to be using weapon expertise. I've had trouble getting, the gold ones, but somebody actually gave me a very helpful tip the other day. Get on a Sorc and then reroll your amps, and you're going to get quite a few weapon expertise. So that's what I did. I've been rolling it on Sorc, and I've gotten a lot more weapon expertise, which I'm very surprised by, but I still don't have the gold ones yet. So it is what it is. Then obviously you want to use a shield, right? If you're not using a shield, you're missing out on some defense stuff. Forgive me. I am apparently wanting to cough and burp. And then for your tactical, you're going to use Grit Teeth. This is amazing. Don't use, what's it called? Life Warden. Don't use Life Warden. Life Warden kicks in at a certain percent. Grit Teeth is better than Life Warden because it's full manual control of how much Healy stacks you're going to get. I had someone try to argue that with me on my previous drug guide, and I was like, no, this is far better for multiple reasons. I'm cringing right now. Oh my god. Yeah, anyway. And then as you can see, I have some low crit and some high alacrity. So the reason for this is I want to be able to get my burst in quick in a hard swap. Most of the time, as a drug tank, you're going to want a bigger hit. But I don't know. I feel like Jug Tank can really contribute to a hard swap a lot more than a not on sync off DPS that is ranged. Because usually the tank and the melee DPS in a force comp are going to be very in sync, just because they're going to have that experience playing together, and because they're both melee, so it's easier to see what they're doing. Whereas the off DPS is going to be kind of back in the back corner of your screen. You're not really going to know what they're doing. I mean, in ranked, you should be able to see everybody, but it's whatever. So I'll talk about my relics real quick before I talk about how I got this gear. I use Mastery Relic for obvious reasons. So this is going to boost your power and your crit basically, which is nice. I mean, it boosts your mastery, but it also, because you're boosting your mastery, you're boosting your crit chance. And then I use a crit relic because obviously I have a low critical. So let's attack the dummies here. Oh wow, insta crit. There you go. Brings it up to 49% and 75% multiplier. Really good. And the crit relic I've found just pops a lot more often than a power relic, so this is kind of why I decided to make the swap. because crit relic just pops so much so often that you're able to get in your burst faster, and if you're gonna crit, you're gonna have a much fatter hit. So it is what it is. So how I got this number of alacrity, right? I got 3211, which is 5 above the cap. The cap is 3206. I did 7 alacrity enhancements, including my left side. I think I have it in my weapon as well. Yeah, I do. The one on my weapon is just a little lower. I don't remember how many I had that had like lower alacrity and more power, but I don't know. But anyway, yeah, 7 enhancements and 2 augments, and everything else, including my crystals, I poured into crit, as you can see. So yeah, that's it for gear and stats. Now I'm going to talk about my burst rotation. So in a general rotation, obviously Aegis Assault is going to make your next Crushing Blow AoE, and Crushing Blow is going to proc Retaliation for free. And then like you have Ravage, it gives you these little defense chance thingies. Let's build lots more rage. Force Scream is going to give you a little shield here. Crushing Blow, by the way, is a debuff. I forgot about that. Smash is your debuff. I didn't talk about the debuffs that much in the last time I did this. Vicious Slash is debuff. So their individual debuffs are combined with Sweeping Slash, as you can see. The Unsteady and Trauma. So Trauma is going to reduce their healing, and Unsteady is going to reduce melee and ranged accuracy. I like to debuff everybody, including the ranged. Just that way, you know, they have reduced damage, and it's better for your tanking anyway. Healing debuff on Vicious Slash is great if you're just trying to focus somebody down after you've used your burst, but most of the time I'm going to use Sweeping Slash on them if they're, you know, standing relatively still, so I can get both debuffs on them. It's going to cost more rage, but it's whatever. So yeah, that was kind of like a general thing. Now I'm going to talk about my burst rotation, so I'm just going to build this up for Priest of Rage. Now my burst rotation, I like to use Leap as anyone would, and then I go Crushing Blow, Retaliation, Ravage for those little defense chances. So hopefully I get this to proc, which is right here. Parrying, deflecting, shielding, or resisting attack has a 50% chance to grant revenge, reducing the rage consumed by your next Force Scream or Vicious Throw by 1. Last 12 seconds stacks up to 3 times. So that's why I like to use Ravage first, so I can kind of, you know, get those chances built up for Force Scream. Now, if you don't have Ravage up, Force Scream is your next best bet. But if Vicious Throw is, you know, lit up and nice and pink, you're going to use that instead of Force Scream if Ravage is not there. Actually, may as well use it anyway because, you know, they're below 30% health and they could be getting healed. So you may as well use it. I'm just going to put this in its place to show off. Yeah. But yeah. But my typical burst rotation is definitely this. And you kind of see how fast the burst is coming in there. So yeah, that's why I like high alacrity. But yeah. Cold. Next I'll talk about skill points. I take Skillful. In Skillful, I take Payback. It's going to reduce the cooldown of your CC breaker, and it's going to heal you for 10% when you use it. This is just useful for tanks in general if you have to break to guard somebody to save them. Unyielding, you're going to generate 4 rage when stunned, immobilized, put sleep or knocked around. So free rage all the time. And ranked, definitely. And regs, not so much, because nobody knows how to use their stuns in regs. But as you can see, yeah, once you've used your burst, you don't have a lot left. And you're waiting on, you know, Aegis Slash, Aegis Assault, whatever, to come off a cooldown. Ooh, man, something's hit me. I got a drink. That's better. Okay. Some other points you might want to take if you don't, you know, want Payback or Warmonger and Overwhelm. Some people take Pathcarver, but Sleeping Slash is going to eat up your rage, so I don't use that a lot. Some people, I used to take Sonic Wall, but it really doesn't do a lot, so it's whatever. Then we take Pulled Hatred for a damage buff. Obviously, because we're not running the Sense of the Fearless, we're going to have a little damage problem, because we're not going to be able to use Fierce Power as often. It's actually going to be, every 26 seconds, and I usually pair it with Crushing Blow, although occasionally I will use it on Vicious Throw. Sometimes you have to waste it on Leap, unfortunately, or like a Saber Throw, but it is what it is. Next in Masterful, I take Hardened Defense, which is going to give you stun DR by 30%. This is just useful in every phase, or every instance. If you didn't want to take this, though, you could mess with Crushing Fist for the meme slow, Strangulate, reduce your choke cooldown, but you have another hard stun, so I wouldn't even do that. Honestly, if I wasn't taking it, I would probably take Ravage Root. Maybe Wormauger, but probably Ravage Root, just for the memes and hard swaps. So, in Masterful, we take Unstoppable. This is going to give you push and pull immunity for 4 seconds after leaping with your force charge only, not intercede. And you'll see that here, which is very nice. This is just going to help you as a tank a lot, so you don't get insta-knocked by like a Merc or something like that. Then you got Unshackling Rage. I'll talk about why it's important in a minute. I'll explain what it does. Activating Enrage purges movement and impairing effects and increases your movement speed by 50% for 6 seconds. And you'll see it, this little faint glow kind of around your feet coming from your hands here. Next, we'll talk about the other point that's very important. Through Victory, this is going to make your Mad Dash usable when you're rooted or slowed, whatever. It's going to purge the effects, and it's going to deal 50% more damage, but that's not super important. And the cooldown's reduced by 10 seconds. So the reason why these 2 points are super important is because of Thrown Gauntlet. So Thrown Gauntlet is going to reduce cooldown of Push and Awe by 15 seconds, and Saber Throw immobilizes the target for 3 seconds. So because Saber Throw has the root, and it's on cooldown every 26 seconds with high alacrity, I'm guessing it was probably like somewhere in the 28 to 30 range with low alacrity. These 2 abilities are not going to be on cooldown every time, because 35 seconds and 39 seconds. So that's why we take both of these points instead of taking Reckoning. Now what Reckoning does, it's going to reduce your intercede time, but as a tank you should be within your guard target most of the time. That's why intercede's there if you get carried away, but also intercede's just a great tool for tanking. But yeah, we take those because this point is meta right now, because obviously having a Awe on 39 second cooldown is insane, and yeah. Well, okay, so most people take it for the Awe, but they figured out if you use your push, you can abuse push and root like every 39 seconds or whatever. So people just figure that out, so that's why these 2 are important. And then the last one's also very important. Through Passion, it's going to reduce the cooldown of Enraged Defense by 30 seconds. So, it is what it is. That's utilities. Okay, so now I guess I'm going to tanking tips. Always want to have your focus target, right? And obviously you're going to have your focus target, or target, focus target, and focus target's target, which I have set as V. Then my focus target is F. I have target of target as X, which I use quite a bit. And then if you were going to guard a healer, you would use this. If you had the healer focus targeted, hit your guard button. Oh wait, did that? Oh, it's just weird because it's one of those things. And then you can also intercede with that. Very helpful. Um, I don't know. I don't focus target a lot of healers anymore, just because I trust myself to guard swap on them. But in ranked, I do like to focus target the other tank, so I can abuse this stuff on them, then go swap on another target and try to hard swap on them. Is what it is. But yeah. Stay within your guarded target's range so you can see the thingy. Why can't I see a thing? Oh, let me get my companion out. That'll work. That'll do it. Focus target you. Guard you. There we go. See? How nice. There we go. And that way you can just keep doing that. But yeah. One thing you can do if you get Lep 2 on tank, say, yeah, got Lep 2, you can mad dash away instantly. Hey, get off, stop hitting it, I don't want to be in combat. Yeah, you just mad dash instantly, and that way you don't get like mezzed or hard stunned. I will do that a lot of time in ranked, but it is what it is. Sometimes if your leap is off of cooldown, you're going to intercede to somebody, but you're not going to get that push and pull immunity, so it kind of sucks. Man, I feel like there's something else I was going to talk about, but I kind of forgot. I don't know. Oh, so for guarding like priority, so since I can't guard anybody on this side, so say this situation was reversed here. There was 3 yellows, which we're just going to call red. And then this one person here was, your ally. You'd be like, oh crap. I have to guard that person because they're probably about to get hard swapped on. I'm just going to swap to this guy real quick. Yoink. And then intercede to them. So the reason you guard and then intercede is because the guard is going to take effect at outside of guard range. So let's see if I can. Well, my companion wouldn't do it, but yeah, it's still going to take effect outside of guard range, so they at least get some of the guard stuff, and then intercede in for the additional DR. He could do it in reverse, but it's honestly better to guard first. I don't know, but yeah. I guess next I can kind of talk about class breakdowns, so you go away. So against other jugs, when they pop their ED, don't hit them, just stun them. If you hit another jug while using ED, specifically with Ravage, which as we can see here is 3 hits, that's 3 stacks of their 12 stacks of enraged defense. So not good for you because they're going to heal, especially if you've not debuffed them yet. Now, what was I talking about? Class. Oh yeah. Yeah, against other jugs, yeah, it is what it is. One thing you can do against other jugs, you can pop in your invincible first because it's really hard for them to see unless they're actually looking at your debuff tray, which most people are going to be looking at what you're doing. Now, Saber Ward is going to give you this 2 seconds of ranged and melee 100% DR or whatever it is, but it's really easy to see, and people are just going to CC you out during that. So I would personally rather use Saber Ward, later in the fight, just to get somebody to like white bar you, and you can just do anything and then break. But it is what it is. Ooh, pretty cold. Jesus. Ooh. Yeah. One thing you can do against other jugs in a duel, if you know they're going to CC you once you use ED, is not use ED when you're at super low health. Use it when you're like 60, 50% health in a duel. This is talking a duel only. Like regular situations, you're gonna want to wait till it's way dipping down low and then use ED, like 30 to like 10%. Yeah, you can still get killed at 10%, by the way. But yeah. So in a duel, you can use it like 60, 50%. So they CC you, therefore kind of wasting your CC or their CC for their your defensives later on, and you have more health when you get out of it because they just don't want to heal you, but at the same time, it is what it is. Now against Marauders, because Marauders have a lot of cooldowns, you just got to be really aggressive. Get a good stun on them, drop your burst when they're stunned. Don't just wait, for your chance. You gotta make your chance, burst on them, line them up. But yeah, it is what it is. They can still all you, but they're probably not running forcebound if you're dueling a jug, because there's kind of not a point unless you're dueling like a rage jug. They're probably running Descent of the Fearless. Animara is just going to give you free heals with their dots. Fury kind of can, if with Crush and I believe Ravage. But Carnage Marauders you kind of got to watch out for because they can go through you because of armor penetration. So a really good Carnage Marauder can actually kill you. I don't know, it's not happened to me in a while, but it can happen. Oh my gosh. Ooh. Now against Assassins, you're going to be able to force bound their damage. I almost said Force Shroud. But yeah, against Assassins, they're going to use Shroud when you're going to hard stun them, so it kind of sucks. And that's one reason I really wish that Backhand was white damage. Why is it yellow damage? It does kinetic damage. What? Why? It's a fucking slap. Make it white damage. Like, that would also just help with Assassins in general, but it's not like Assassins are a problem for Jugs right now. Trying to think of words. It's not happening in my head. But yeah, you can forcebound their damage pretty easily. You can also reflect it if you don't have forcebound up. But I mean, I would rather forcebound their damage, keep them out of the fight, to let your cooldowns come back faster. They're gonna CC you if you have any sort of cooldown or heal up besides your Enter Pain. They're gonna CC the crap out of you in a duel. That's why you would also use ED pretty early, so they can waste their CC on that. You can have more health later in the duel. Let's see now. Against Sorks. Sorks, I've seen so many Sorks running Endless Barrier lately, which is, the double bubble stun. Double bubble stun trouble, double bubble trouble, I don't know. So what you can do is you can use like your ranged abilities here. Saber Throw and Force Scream and, I guess, Choke. And wait for their bubble to pop, and then once it pops, just go in and rock them. So yeah. A Sork with Stormwatch, they're going to be giving you free free heals with Stormwatch damage, but with Elemental Convection, they can keep you out of range, and if they're smart, can outduel you. It doesn't happen a lot, but you are a tank, so it can happen. And you don't have self heals like they do, and phase walk. So imagine if Jug got phase walk. That would be insane. Oh my god. It will never happen, thank god, but that would be absolutely insane. Now against PTs, so AP can go through you because they're going to have a lot of stuff, but as I mentioned earlier, you want to be force bounding AP PTs, or any PT in general, but because most of their damage is tech stuff, besides rail shot. Well, pretty much. Yeah. You can force bound their damage. Oh, I forgot. You can definitely force bound Sork damage. But yeah. PTs. they've got a lot of control now. So if you try to like mad dash away, if they just wait a couple seconds, they can pull you back in. So don't run away from them. Like, you gotta be aggressive. Yeah. Tank PTs won't do like anything to you. They have like no DPS. Pyro PTs are gonna give you some free heals. Just try to stay behind them so they can't hit you with Searing Wave, but it will, hit a little bit. But yeah, stay away from APPTs because they're tough right now. When it comes to mercs, their damage is not amazing right now. You can also force bound their damage. With mercs, you got to be aggressive because again they have off heals, and it sucks for you when they have off heals because reasons like they can kite around a corner while they sap you, heal up to full pretty much. And yeah, don't hit into reflect, and you would probably want to CC out energy shield as well, just because most people are going to run trauma regulators. So yeah. Against a operative, operatives are tough on Jug. If you had actually, yeah, you can use your saber throw route effectively on an operative, get him to stand still, for a couple seconds, and then hard stun him. Heal debuff them, and all the good stuff. And then once they roll away, you can go ahead and leap to them again, and keep going. Yeah, you gotta be aggressive against operatives, for concealment specifically. I guess against Leth as well, I don't know. I don't have problems with Leth operatives. A lot of people complain about it, but I don't have problems with Leth operatives. I don't know if it's just me or what. Against snipers, NG snipers and virulent snipers are going to hurt you, but marksman is going to tickle. The best way to deal with the sniper, if they're like using pin blasts knocks on you, is to get against or like right against a surface where it's just going to knock you like a couple feet. You're going to be like, boom, that's it. And then like hard stun and, burst on them. But yeah. Is that all the classes? I think it is. I said Jug, Mara, Sin, Sork, PT, Merc, Operative, Sniper. Yeah, that's all the classes. If you guys enjoyed this guide, definitely like, comment, subscribe, all the YouTube thingies. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to see on the channel. I'm obviously going to keep dropping gameplay for like Jug, Sin, some operatives, some PT, some sniper stuff. I'm working on gearing a merc right now. Got almost enough tech frags to start buying stuff. And once I actually start playing merc, I'm going to be gearing it to dual function as DPS and healer. I'm not going to play IO probably. If I ever learn IO, I'll definitely make a guide. But very shortly after I get that merc geared, a guide will probably be coming. I'm not the best at it, but there's just not a guide out there, and some people need a little bit of knowledge, and I have a little bit of knowledge of it. Played a little bit in 5.0. It was obviously flavor of the month back then, very easy to play, but I have a couple strats on merc, so yeah. All that being said, love you guys. Thank you for subbing. I'm at I think 142 subs at the time of recording this video. I never thought that my channel would be growing so rapidly at this time. Like a month ago, I think I had barely hit 100 subscribers, and now my channel's like rapidly growing. I appreciate it so much, guys. I'm about to start streaming, so follow me on there on Twitch, I guess I should say, at ravioli_YouTube. It's not hard to find me. I don't know when I'm going to start streaming though. I want so badly to get a backlight back here, but I don't know if that's in the cards because that costs money, and I have bills to pay, and I'm trying to save up for the PS5 so I can play fun games. Once I start playing on a PS5, I'm not going to abandon Tor completely, but content will be coming slower. And then about to start school up here tomorrow for my final semester of college. I cannot wait to be done, but this is probably going to be the toughest semester because, as I said, I'm a film major, and we're going to be doing a live TV show this year, and I'm a commercial producer and production manager. So I'm going to be really busy outside of class. I'm going to try to keep the Tor content coming, but I do not know how much it's going to come. I assume I'm not going to have to do crazy amounts of work like after like February, but I never know. So I'm going to do my best to keep the content coming for you guys. Thank you for coming along for the ride. Thank you if you're a sub. I really appreciate it. I didn't know, people would like my content as much as, people do. So it's really awesome. Oh yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to finish the video. With all that being said, may the force be with you. Be a kind and gentle person. And yeah, you guys have an amazing, amazing day. I love you all. Goodbye.